Hey guys, welcome to the relationship room. Welcome roommates, welcome. My famous little pillow, comfy. I don't know if I want it here or not. But anywho, welcome back. I am glad to be back again today. And once again, I am Dr. Tiki Collins. This channel is all about relationships and lifestyle things, okay? So we'll be talking about everything relationships and lifestyle. So today I want to talk about Shirley Strawberry. I know by now you guys have heard all about Shirley Strawberry and her husband Ernesto, and I'm not here to be dragging her because one thing you know about this channel, we are not dragging our beautiful African American queens because we are queens. But as far as a relationship perspective goes, I do want to break down and talk about some of her relationship. And I want to talk about it because I want to know today, I want you ladies to ask yourself today, why do women choose men who have very seedy past? Okay. Now, before I get into it, I want to say everybody has a past. I have a past. You have a past. We all have a past. However, when we go and say we're changed people, we have to really be able to show that we are changed. I don't want nobody judging me about things I did when I was young. Nope, because I was a wild child. Most likely, let my mama tell it. Well, anywho, so we all got a past, all right? However, her husband, Ernesto, when she met him, he had already been locked up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, whatever it was, but it was quite a bit. He was always involved in some sort of fraud. Allegedly, that's what he's been locked up for throughout the course of the year. So anyway, when she met him, that was his background. And she specifically said, you know what, that's his past. People don't need to judge him because that is his past, which is true. However, you have now married this man. So of course, you guys, just in case you guys have been on vacation or living under a rock or something for these last few months, Shirley Strawberry is a radio host. She is a personality that is on with Steve Harvey in the morning on his morning show. Okay, so that's who we're talking about, her and her husband. So recently her husband has been arrested yet again. But before we even get into him being arrested again, because again, it's not really about him. It's about why women choose these bad men and get in relationships with them. This woman is highly intelligent. She has a great reputation in the community. I just don't understand why these women pick these type of men. So again, he has a seedy background, and she says, we shouldn't hold that against him. And of course, I do agree with her. However, when you say you're a changed person, you have to be able to show change. So as her and her husband has been living together over the last however many years that they have been married, they have been evicted from house to house to house to house. But it's not just the eviction part. Everybody can fall on hard times. It can happen to anybody. But it's always been something allegedly fraudulent about the homes that they were getting, okay? So when they got put out the first home, they relocated to another house and they put up all, different amounts of money. And now they live in these very upper echelon neighborhoods. It's not like they're living in, just random houses. No, these houses are sometimes $1 million homes. So if you get put out of one house, okay, no big deal. You move to the next house. All right. You get your money together and you move into another multi-million-dollar house or another very expensive home. Now, but you get put out of that one within a few months. And then you move to yet again, another one, even more money. So I guess why I want to pause right there is because I'm still talking about this man's past. That was his past. However, now you're in the future because now you're married to him. Now you have chosen to marry him, but this type of behavior still continues because you can't tell me I am married myself. And if I got put out of my house and we're moving to another home and we're moving into another multi-million-dollar home, I want to know, okay, where the funds coming from? If we couldn't stay in this house, where are we getting money for these new documents that we're signing? All right, so I may get another home and I may even let that one go over my head. But now by house number 2, you're not going to be telling me that we're yet getting put out of this house And now we're moving into another home. And I don't know anything about this because this is all fraudulent behavior. They were able to move from one house to the next house to the next house, signing all these different loan documents, getting these fraudulent loans. It was a mess. And I'm going to continue to say allegedly, but these things are happening. But I'm going to just keep saying allegedly to cover myself. So again, I don't want this just to be about that, but I'm trying to just paint a little picture about this man and his habitual ways of still doing criminal activity. But now you're married to this wonderful woman, but this woman is looking at all of this and kind of has her head buried in the sand and not talking about it, or not even not talking about it. But how can you continue with him and continue go down this road of continually being evicted, moving into all these new homes and not questioning where this money is coming from? So these are the things that I'm starting to say, how is it that you don't see this behavior by this man and this type of lifestyle that he has you now going on? So fast forward to today, Mr. Ernesto gets arrested again. Yep, Shirley's husband is arrested. He's now in jail. But now, not only is he in jail, he's in jail for more than just fraud. So right now, these charges are gun possession, theft, fraud, and child PORN. Okay, so allegedly, but he is locked up, and allegedly these are the charges. Okay. So Shirley, the bad thing is that she was saying she believed him. She didn't believe that he was doing all this fraudulent stuff up until about September of this year. So now September of this year, she's finally seeing some of the light and saying, you know what? This stuff that's coming out now, she's starting to understand that this man actually is the monster that he is, because again, she's locked up again, and all this stuff is coming to her. They're repossessing her car now, and now stuff is hitting the fan, and it's affecting her personally. And if you guys haven't heard the phone calls from prison, there is a YouTuber that talks about the phone calls from prison. I have heard all the conversations, her talking to Ernesto while he was in prison or in jail, and she's telling him how she's sticking with him, she believes him, yada yada yada. Even like I said, up until just recently, about September, when she came out onto the Steve Harvey show and she kind of put it out there now that she's going through a divorce. Now she's not believing this guy anymore. And so called, then there's a mistress and everything also. And again, I'm not wanting to talk about it from that aspect. I'm just trying to paint the picture again, just to say, how is it that these beautiful women are getting involved with these monstrous men with these very horrible pasts? And again, not to judge anybody on their past, but if you say, I am a different person, your lifestyle should have to reflect it. I don't want to hold anybody's past against them, but your lifestyle has to reflect it. So why is it, ladies, that we get stuck with these bum dudes and we allow them to drag us down? Now, this woman, Shirley Strawberry, of course, like I said, she's a beautiful melanin queen, and she was just happened to be married to this person. How she got tricked up, I don't know. That's the part we need to ask ourselves. What is it about these guys that's making us throw all caution to the wind? Everything that we've worked for, throw all of that to the side to be able to get into these relationships and think somehow they're going to work out better for us than they have in the past for them, right? No. And I just wanted to say briefly today that we can't do that. I know a lot of problems with women is that we think that we can change people. I always hear women say, oh, I can change him. They think that, they can fix everything. Women, we can't fix them. You cannot fix a man. You cannot do it. We can barely fix ourselves. And matter of fact, it is Christ that fixes us, but we can barely take care of the things that we really want to change within ourselves. How is it that you're going to have control over fixing another individual? How does that work out? As we can see, it doesn't work out very well. When we get into relationships, nobody's going to be perfect. They're not perfect. We're not perfect. Not expected to be, okay? But when there are major character flaws, you should be pumping the brakes, big time. When the Lord shows you that there is a red flag, it doesn't mean that you run through it, just like you don't run through a red light. You're supposed to stop. You stop and you evaluate. What am I looking at? What am I seeing here? I need to take a look at what's going on. Why am I seeing these red flags? And if you ignore the red flags, guess what? They're going to continue to be involved in the rest of your relationship because you haven't checked them in the beginning. So if you don't, you get what you're expected to have. You didn't check the red flags then. So now the red flags are still in your relationship, but yet you keep on saying, I can change them. No, you can't. You cannot change anything about another person. You just can. And for you guys that have that mentality, I'm letting you know you can't do it. All right. You cannot do it. Can you compliment another person? Can you add to another person to help make them be better? You two better than one? Yeah, all of that you can. But as far as changing a person has to want to change for themselves. So the problem with us, back to us women, is that we become fixers. We want to fix everything. We see a problem with some people and it's like, oh, it's me. It's something about me that's going to be able to turn him around. It's something about me where he's going to stop doing the things that he was doing. But there's nothing about you that's going to have this man change any of his seedy ways. You are a wonderful woman, but it has nothing to do with you as a woman. It is something in him that's broken. It's something in him that needs to be repaired, but you're not the one that's able to fix it. We have to stop thinking that we can fix people. And I don't want to sound like a broken record and stay on that, but that's where we get stuck. That's where we get stuck. So when you see bad behavior, when Mr. Strawberry understood this man had been arrested all of these times, and it's okay to give him a chance, to give him a shot to go on dates. But when you see the writing on the wall and all of these things are still going on, some of this fraud, and you're kind of just like, it's okay, maybe, it's okay. You can't. All of them, it's okay, because now look. You done wasted all of these years, and I don't like to call them a waste, so let me change that. You have spent all of these years with this person where you could have been doing something else. Now, where you guys live in lavish lives, yeah, you were, so maybe you were enjoying that. But I'm just saying now you're looking back and you're seeing how harshly this guy used you, for your celebrity. So ladies, you have to understand why men are in this game with you. Because to them, a lot of times it's a game. And when I listen to him speak to his mistress on those calls from prison, or jail, that's what it was about. When he was talking to the mistress, it was almost like, his wife was just like a pawn being used for her celebrity, But we always think it's something about us. It's something about us that's just going to change that man. And I hate when I hear women say this. I hear women say all the time when I listen to mistresses talk. And it's like, well, if his wife was doing what she should have been doing at home, he wouldn't be with me. Well, the devil is a liar. Because I don't care what the wife is doing. She could be Mother Teresa at home. She could be the best mom, having the best sex. She could be keeping the house wonderful, all of that. But if a man wants to cheat, it's going to be any old reason. She could be putting it down 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. She could be. But he's still going to find, or 23 hours a day, let's say that. He's still going to find that extra hour to go do what he want to do. All right. So it's not about whether that woman was doing anything at home. Because you got to remember, now I'm going to do a whole other show about this, but I'm just going to park right here for a minute. You got to remember, Mistress, when you're messing with someone's husband, you're getting the fun part of him. Okay. You're getting the fun part. You're getting the part where he's just hiding with you. He's playing this game with you. He's coming to you. Yeah. Y'all are having the little sexy stuff and y'all are going out to dinner and the movies and hiding and keep it a secret. You're doing all the fun stuff, right? But the real wife, I say it again, the real wife, she's home. She's taking care of her children. She's taking care of that home. She's doing all the things that you're not doing, right? So she's doing all the things for that man that you're not doing, but you see the fun side of it. You don't see how she is, working every day, taking care of the kids every day, taking care of his stuff every day. You don't see that part, but you see and only hear his side of the story. You only see the things that he wants you to see. Right. So that's why I'm saying we get stuck with these men and we're looking at it from the wrong perspective. We have to change how we see relationships. We have to pause when we have red flags and stop blowing through them like They're nothing. We have to stop hiding our heads in the sand because we're not desperate. We are not desperate. We are queens and we deserve the best. You deserve the best. But when we keep giving these men the time of day that they don't even deserve, we're going to keep ending up with what we end up with. And in this case, like I said, Miss Strawberry, I think she's a beautiful woman, but that relationship was toxic from the gate. So how was it supposed to change? What was going to change in that? You married a criminal. He gonna stay a criminal. It's just like that's that show called Love After Lockup. That's a whole joke. It's a whole joke. Love After Lockup. Come on, man. It just seems like, they don't have anything better to do about the African American community but try to make us look like, we're crazy. So African American women, all women, I'm telling us, we have to do better than that. We have to do better. So ladies, I hope you're really giving some thought to some of this stuff today, because again, you guys are awesome. You're queens. You deserve truly a man that's going to take care of you, appreciate you. When I say take care of you, I'm not saying that he has to pay all the bills and be rich and all that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he's going to be able to support you emotionally. He's going to cheer for you, right? He's going to be your biggest cheerleader. Like you're going to be his biggest cheerleader. You're going to walk side by side. He's going to walk side by side with you. And he's not willing to put you in jeopardy for any dumb stuff that he's doing. And that's what this man did, because he doesn't care about her. He's just into the fraud life. That's his life. That's how he was living. And that's how he continues to live, allegedly. All right. So we can't continue to put ourselves in those types of positions. So you have to evaluate your relationships now. Like, what are you there for? Or what is he there for? Are you guys on the same page? Are you seeing things that you're like squinting your eye at? Like, I don't know about this. Because if you are, it's okay for you to make an exit. Because I promise you, they don't get better. They don't get better. They get worse. And the further and further you go into that relationship, the more in love you fall. And then by that time, you're all wrapped up and now you don't know how to get out. You just don't want to get out because now you're stuck. All right. Anyway, listen, I've been reading you guys' emails, and I know some of you guys on iHeartRadio and iTunes. I want to give a big shout out to Canada. You guys been coming through. You're listening, and I said thank you. And also from United Kingdom, a lot of you guys have been writing me and you're listening, so thank you very much. And I've been getting a lot of email about what is it that I do for my hair. Yeah, this is all of my hair, and I got it up today in a big bun. Or in a little bun. It's twisted really, really tight. But this is a neat story, and it's a long story. So I use my own hair care products in my hair. And what I use is something called 30-Day Edges. And yeah, it's mine. It's mine. See? 30-Day Edges. And it looks like this. Okay, it's in this little cute little bottle, and it is all natural because I don't put anything in my hair. I don't use any alcohol, any parabens, and anything that has an artificial ingredient. And my hair is super long, as you can see. Yeah. And did I always have long hair? Yeah, pretty much. However, my hair started really coming out around the edges, and it started coming out because I was wearing wigs, bad hair day wigs. Sometimes you have bad hair days. I braid all my hair up, slap a wig on, and go, because it was quick and easy. But it started pulling out around here, and and it got real thin. So I said, you know what? Let me put something on my hair. So I came up with this. All right, and I started rubbing it in, and all of my hair came right back. Easy breezy. So the fun story is, I have a cousin who said, my hair is starting to, come out and da-da-da. And she said, you were showing me how did you do that? And I told her exactly what I made. I made her up a little bit. I said, hey, put a little bit of this in your hair. When I tell you all of her hair came back, it all came back. And how her hairdresser noticed the fact that she goes to get her hair done all the time. So when she got her hair done, the hairdresser was like, what have you been putting in your hair? Your hair feels so good. It looks good. And she was like, oh, my cousin gave me this little stuff to put in my hair. And it's really made her hair, it made her hair really healthy, and it made it grow. Now, I don't use as much because, like I said, it does stimulate hair growth. It absolutely does. I'm not making no false claims, but it will stimulate the growth in your hair. So she was using it. So the hairdresser was like, do you think she could make me up some? So I made her up a little bit. And I gave it to her, and she was using it for a little bit. And she's like, oh my goodness, you have to make me some so I can carry this in my salon. So it's something that started out just for me. I started making little batches for other people, just for their hair. And now it is in actually a salon. And it was never my intent to sell it. Like I said, it was just something for me. But because it does work so well for other people, I've decided to sell it. And how it works is just really, you usually see serums, and this is a serum, and you usually see them in, little dropper bottles or whatever. But I put mine in this little bottle because this is so good. Look. All you do is take it out, and there's enough one here to just put it through your fingers like this, and you just rub it in to wherever the problem spot is for you. Just rub it in, right? And if you want to do the other side, you do the same thing. You just pull the little dropper out, and as you can see, there's a lot on here. So you just take it off, and then you rub it in, and then you can just take it and just massage it a little bit. When I tell you a little bit goes a long way, a little bit. And she started trying to use a lot more because, she was like, oh, my hair is growing so much. No, you don't want to use a lot. A little bit goes a very long way. So you just massage it in to where you want it and to your problem area. And then you take some on your hands and then, rub it through all of your hair. And when I tell you, it makes your hair, it does stimulate growths. I actually have a money back guarantee. It's only $15 for the bottle. And like I said, this is more than a 30-day supply, if you use it correctly. And I only charge $15 a bottle. This is potent stuff. Nothing in here but all natural. Not one thing in here that's not natural. And it really works. It really, really does work. So I'm going to put the link in my description box if you are interested in it, and so you can go to the website and get it. But it is called 30-Day Edges, and it truly works. And like I said, it was just a fun story of how I started making it because it was just for me. And I still only have it at one salon, but I do make it for women who have issues with, braids pulling the hair out or lace front wigs pulling out the edges of their hair. And if you use the stuff, I'm telling you, within 30 days, you're going to see your hair. No joke. All right. So anyway, I hope you guys were blessed by something here today. And remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Until next time, God bless. Hey, lovebirds, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my books and movies on Amazon.com. See you next time.
No love like this, baby, is extraordinary.